Hello friends, welcome to today's lesson. Today we're talking about who, what, and where is God. So let's think. Where do you think we can see God? Can we see God in wind that blows past our windows and makes leaves move? I think we can. Do you think when we look up at the night sky we can see God up in all those twinkly stars? I think we can. They're very pretty. How about people? Do you think we can see God in people? I think we can. I think we can see God in people when people get together to do something good, to make people happy, to gather food for people who don't have as much. If we can see God in people, do you think we can see God in animals? I think we might be able to. That's what our story today is about. We're going to talk about an elephant. Long ago, at the foot of the tall Himalayan mountains was a small school. This school was unusual because all the students were blind. Janek was their wise and gentle teacher. One day, Janek received a letter, which he read to the class. "Dear cousin, I will be traveling past your village in a few weeks' time, and I would like to visit your school. Tell your students I will be traveling by elephant. Your loving cousin." "What is an elephant like?" all the students asked excitedly. They had all lived their lives in the mountains and did not know about the animals of the plains. "You will find out," was all Janek would say. The day Janek's cousin arrived on his elephant, the class was too excited to study. Janek announced, "Today the elephant will be the teacher." The children gathered around the elephant, and Janek led one to the long trunk and one to the bristly tail. Then he took two students to the side of the elephant, and they stretched up tall to feel the tough skin. Janek's cousin helped two of the blind children touch the elephant's strong legs. Finally, Janek lifted the smallest student onto his shoulders, and the child reached out to feel the flapping ears. All the children carefully explored their part of the elephant, exclaiming in wonder and delight. Later, they sat under a tree and talked about what they had discovered. "Tell me what an elephant is like," Janek said. "An elephant is like a big, long snake," one student said. "An elephant is like a tough, bristly rope," the first two students explained. "No, an elephant is like a tall, rough wall that breathes," called out two more. "That's not so. An elephant is not like any of those. It is like a strong, sturdy tree," argued two more. "You are all wrong. An elephant is like a large, flapping fan that stirs the hot air," the smallest student said confidently. Janek's cousin could not help laughing as each student loudly proclaimed that what they experienced of the elephant was right and all the others were wrong. Now, are those students all right? I don't think so. You guys have seen an elephant before, right? You know we have an elephant at our zoo. What do you think the elephant is like? Let's think about that while we keep reading. Janek let them argue until the children grew tired of their own voices. Finally, all was quiet, and every face turned toward him. "You are all right," Janek said with a smile, "and you are all wrong," he added, still smiling at their puzzled expressions. "Let's go back to our teacher, the elephant." One by one, Janek and his cousin led the students around the entire elephant, and they all touched the snake-like trunk, the rope-like tail, the wall-like sides, and the tree-like legs. Then each of them was lifted up to touch the flapping, fan-like ears. The youngest student said, "I think we learned a lot from Teacher Elephant today. All of our experiences were true, but none of us knew the whole truth." The children cheered and exclaimed as they found out the truth. Then Janek's cousin asked, "Who would like to experience riding an elephant?" And the children cheered louder. And that's our story for this week. If you look here, we have our picture of the elephant and the children. So, if we are all looking at animals and we can see God through animals, do you think if you look at just one animal and listen to only your experience, you're going to be able to see the whole truth about God? I don't think so. I think you have to listen to more people. See what other people think. See where else you can see God. Because God's not just one thing. We see and experience God in a lot of different ways. So you have to listen to other people to know how they experience God. That's our story for this week. Bye-bye.